You're listening to an AppleViz podcast.
Hey AppleVizzers, Tyler here, with a demonstration and walkthrough of multi-user support on macOS. This may be useful if you, for example, share your Mac or you want to let someone use your Mac without giving them access to your files and settings. Even if you don't share your Mac, you may find that creating a new account is a useful troubleshooting tool, as newly created accounts use default settings, which can help you determine whether an issue is system-wide or limited to a particular account. With multi-user support, each person who uses your Mac can have their own account with their own files, settings, and connection to their Apple account so they can sync with their devices. In this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how to create an account, log into, out of, and switch between accounts, and finally, how to delete an account. Much of this is done in users and groups settings. So, to start, I'm going to go to System Settings on my Mac.
Menu bar, Apple, menu, about this Mac, System Settings, ellipsis, T7, volume, System Set, window,
U for users and groups.
Users and groups.
And VO Globe Riot.
Users and groups, scroll area. And
interact with the scroll area. And I'm just going to give a little overview of the options in this window.
In users and groups, scroll area. 17 items, Tyler. Profile picture, button.
Okay, that's me. VO Riot.
Tyler. Show detail, button.
Show detail. If I want to change settings for an account, that's where you do it. I'll come back to that later.
Admin.
Admin's the account type.
Account, dimmed, button. Guest user.
Guest user. If you want to let someone temporarily use your Mac but don't want to create an account for them, you can enable the guest user. If you have FileVault on, guests can only use Safari. If it's off, then the guests can log into the Mac and use whatever apps are on it. But then when they log out, all files they create are deleted and all settings are reset to their defaults. VO Riot.
Show detail, button. Off.
Off, because the guest user is off for me. VO Riot.
Add group, button.
Add group. User account groups, as the name suggests, are, well, groups of user accounts. They can be useful if you are sharing files among different accounts. Rather than setting individual permissions for each user, you can group them and set permissions for those groups. If you are a home user, I can't say I've ever seen someone use this to share files or to manage user accounts with groups. I picture it more in an enterprise setting, maybe one where something like Active Directory is used. But nonetheless, if you want to create a group or explore it, you can add a group via Riot.
Add user, button.
Add user, if I want to add an account, which I'll come back to shortly.
Automatically log in as, dimmed.
Automatically log in as. That's dimmed for me because I have FileVault on. If you have it off, you can choose to have it automatically log in when you turn the Mac on. I can't say I recommend that because when you do that, at least from my understanding, there's no password. You don't have to enter a password. Just turn on the Mac and you're in. VO Riot.
Off. Automatically log in as, dimmed, pop-up button.
If you have FileVault off, this pop-up menu should be available where you can choose to log in as a user if you want, right when turning the Mac on. VO Riot.
Automatic login can't be turned on because FileVault is enabled. Dimmed. Right. Network account server. Network account server. Edit button.
Network account server. If you use something like Active Directory, you can bind your Mac to a server. I don't have that, but I'm going to VO Riot.
Space. Help button.
And that's just a little artifact there and the help button. That is it for the users and groups settings window. So I'm going to demonstrate how to create a user account. To do that, I'm going to VO left back to add user.
Space. Network account. Automatic login off. Automatically log add user button.
Add user.
In password dialog, password to users and groups. Users and groups is trying to unlock system settings. Enter your password to allow this.
Okay.
Add user button in full name dialog full name edit text.
VO Globe left, jump to the top of the dialog.
New user. Standard. New user pop-up button.
Standard. That's the default account type. I'm just going to give an overview of these account types in the pop-up menu. We have
menu checkmark standard.
If I go up,
administrator.
Administrators or admins can access all files and settings on the Mac. when you first set up your Mac, an administrator account is created. So if you have no other accounts, you're the administrator. To complete certain tasks like use the installer app or install software updates, change certain settings, you may be prompted to enter your password, which grants apps and processes administrator privileges. Standard accounts, on the other hand, cannot grant administrator privileges. They can have their own files and settings, but cannot change settings for other users or do other administrative tasks. If you're logged in as a standard user and attempt to perform a task that requires administrator privileges, that user will need to enter the name and password of an administrator as opposed to simply entering the password, which is the case when logged in as an administrator. So we have administrator,
Checkmark. Standard.
standard,
Sharing only.
and sharing only is a type of account where others can log in to your Mac remotely if it advertises sharing services, but cannot log in directly to actually use the computer. But for our purposes, I'm just going to choose standard. I'm just going to keep it how it is.
Standard. New user pop-up button.
VRA.
Full name. Full name. Edit text.
Full name is how the account will be identified at the login prompt. It doesn't actually have to be a person's full name, but I'll just type in demo.
DEFO.
VRA.
Account name.
Account name.
Demo.
And that's autofilled based on what I put in for the full name. That's the name of the home folder. The home folder is basically where a user's stuff lives. Desktop, documents, downloads, etc. So, VRA.
This will be used as the name for your home folder.
Yep.
Password.
Password.
Password required. Secure edit text.
I'll enter a password now. VRA.
Password requirements. Select and enter a password that is 4 characters or more. Verify. Verify. Secure edit text. Password hint. Password hint. Edit text.
Password hint. If the user forgets the password, they can use the hint if it might, help them remember it. As an administrator, you can reset the passwords for other users. So if they forget their password, they could come to you and you could go into users and group settings, hit show detail on the account and hit the reset password button. But I'm just going to type in something.
G.
VRA.
Recommended. Recommended.
And now I'm at the bottom of the scroll area in this dialog, so I'm going to stop interacting via shift up arrow.
Out of scroll area.
VRA.
Help button. Cancel button. Create user button.
Create user.
Add user button.
Okay, so here we are back in users and group
user
settings. Via left.
Add group button. Off. Show detail. Guest user account. Standard.
Standard.
Show detail button.
Show detail.
Demo.
Demo. That just appeared there because that is the newly created account. So I'm going to get out of here now.
Finder. Desktop. T7 volume.
Okay.
Actions available.
So now I'm back on my desktop. And before I actually demonstrate how to log into the new account, I'm going to take a little detour into the users folder to show you what it's like to navigate the file system up to user data. So the users folder is located at the root of your startup disk, which is by default called Macintosh HD. You can go into Macintosh HD, or you can just choose Go to Folder from the Go menu, or press Command-Shift-G and type /users, which is what I'm going to do now.
Go to folder. /UFEOS.
Return.
Users window. List view table.
And we have
Demo folder.
Demo, which is the newly created account.
Shared folder.
Shared.
Tyler folder.
And Tyler, which is me. If I open that.
List view table. Applications folder. Downloads folder. Movies folder.
This is where things will start to look familiar if you're going up through the file system looking for your data, because these are all your folders. Of course, you don't have to go into the users folder to find your home folder or any of these folders. Many of them are located in the Go menu and have their own keyboard shortcuts, including your home folder, which is Command-Shift-H. So if you're in Finder, pressing Command-Shift-H will take you to the home folder of the currently logged in user. In addition, in the Go to Folder dialog or in Terminal, the home folder of the current user is denoted by the tilde symbol with shift accent. So if I wanted to go to my downloads folder, I'd press Command-Shift-G, type tilde/downloads. If I go back out to the users folder,
back,
go demo.
Demo folder. List view table. Desktop folder. No permission to read.
So here I am. I can see that there's desktop and all the other folders.
Documents folder, no permission to.
But there's no permission to read because by default, other users cannot see their settings and files. Now, as an administrator, of course, I could change those permissions if I wanted. I go into the info window for that folder and unlock it with my administrator credentials and change it if I wanted to something like read and write or read only. You may have noticed when I was scrolling through that users folder that there's another folder called shared. This is where if you are sharing files between accounts, you can put them in the shared folder. By default, the person who creates the file has read and write access. Other accounts have read-only access. You can change that if you want. However, I've found that dealing with Unix file permissions like these can make things a little finicky. And these days there are, in my opinion, many easier ways to share files. So I don't recommend, if you have multiple users on your Mac, there are other ways to share files. But nevertheless, if you want to explore the shared folder or sharing files between accounts, you could put them in the shared folder, and to you, they'll by default be read and write. To others, they'll be read only. Of course, they can change that by going into the info window. So that's the users folder. So I'm just going to close out of that now.
Close window. Actions available.
So now I'm on the desktop, and I'm going to log out of my account, which is the currently logged in user. I could choose log out from the Apple menu, or just press Command-Shift-Q.
Authentication. Log out. System dialog. Are you sure you want to quit all applications and log out now?
Return.
Are you sure you want to quit all app?
Login window. Enter password app.
Okay, so it's prompting me for my password, but if I VL left.
Tyler. Show all users. Button.
Show all users.
Demo. Button. Group.
Okay, so here I am in the group. So we have demo. If I VL right.
Tyler. Selected.
We have Tyler. I'm going to VL left to demo.
Demo.
VL space.
Show all users. Demo. Enter password.
Enter the password. Okay, I'm going to give it a second to log in, and then I'm going to turn on VoiceOver and go through the setup assistant.
VoiceOver on setup assistant. Window. Accessibility. Has keyboard focus.
Okay, so this is the setup assistant. It is similar to the process you go through when starting up your Mac from the first time. I'm going to skip through most of these, but I'm just going to demonstrate how it works. I'm just going to VL global right.
Not now. Button.
Not now.
Accessibility feature vision button. Date this icon appears when an Apple feature asks to use.
Okay, data and privacy. Continue.
Learn more. Learn back. Continue button. Sign into your Apple account. You are
skip.
Continue. Dim back. Set up later button. In alert dialog. Don't skip button. Are you sure you want to skip? Default button. You are Find My. Closing dialog. Find My allows you to send this Mac messages and remotely lock or erase it. Find My will use the Apple account T bullet 2.
Okay, so that's my Apple account. Because that's the only one signed in, that's what it's going to use for Find My as one system. VL right.
Personal data you back. Continue. Screen time. Get a weekly report with insights about your screen time, and set time limits for apps and websites you want to manage.
Okay.
Read downtime content screen setup back. Continue. Apple Intelligence. Intelligence that understands your personal context. Connect to Wi-Fi and power to prepare for Apple Intelligence. New ways to express your the start build for about app. Set up later. Back. Set up Apple Intelligence. Set up later. Button. Siri. Siri is an intelligent assistant that helps you find information. Continue button. Speak to Siri. Speak and back button.
It wants me to speak to Siri. I'm not going to do that.
Siri. Can back. Set up later. Touch ID.
Touch ID. This is what I want to focus on. So if you're right.
Touch ID. Use your fingerprint to unlock your Mac and make purchases with Apple Pay. Start by placing your finger or thumb on Touch ID. You are current.
And I'm going to use a different finger than what I use for my account. And
about Touch ID and privacy. Set up Touch ID later. Back. Continue button. Place your finger.
Okay.
You are currently on a text element. First place your first in row. Place your finger. Second to place
placing
your
and
finger.
lifting my finger.
Second to place your finger.
VoiceOver
Second place
talk.
your finger. Second place your finger. Touch ID is ready.
Okay.
Your fingerprint can be used to unlock your Mac. Second enrollment back. Continue. Choose your look. You select light, dimmed, select dark, auto back, continue, but window. App setup assistant. Window. Choose your look. Select light, dark, auto, busy, back, busy, progress indicator.
Busy, I'll just give this
You
a
are
sec.
currently on a progress indicator. Microsoft Auto Update is launched in the background. Auto, busy, progress indicator. You are
Give this just a couple more seconds. Hopefully shouldn't take too long.
back, busy, auto, back, and continue. Back, busy, auto, dark, light, select, choose your slot, dark, auto, busy, back, continue. Back, busy, progress indicator. You are currently back, busy.
I'm just going to check and see if there are any windows or dialogues that are in the way.
Display brightness. Window, choose, no items in. Busy, user authentication is required. You are currently on a progress indicator. Auto, busy, progress, Microsoft, ready for Apple Intelligence. Microsoft Auto, ready for Apple Intelligence, required data notice.
Oh, that is another app I have installed.
Microsoft Auto Update helps update, learn, OK, button. Finder, desktop, finder.
Okay, so now that I just had to dismiss that dialogue. That took a little longer than I expected. But once that dialogue came up and I hit OK, that is through. I'm through the setup assistant. You may find if you have third-party apps installed, depending on which ones, because the app thinks it's a new computer, it might need to show some dialogues and splash screens and whatnot. But either way, here we are on the desktop. Now notice when I was in my account, I was using Alex, whereas now in the new account, it's using Samantha, because VoiceOver is now using its default settings. If I wanted to use my settings in this account, I could export my settings in VoiceOver Utility on my account to the shared folder and then import them from that folder into VoiceOver Utility on this account. So here I am. I'm just on an empty desktop now, where this user could put in their files and change their settings as they wish. So now I'm going to change back to my account. Now I could log out and log back in, but there's an easier way to do that. And to do that, I'm going to go into System Settings, Control Center, and add the Fast User Switching item to the menu bar if it hasn't been added already. I don't know if it adds it by default when you create a new account, but I'm going to... VoiceOver was making a dialogue sound, so I'm just going to make sure I know what that is.
Desktop, window, system dialog, secure edit enter a password to unlock the remember the show hit cancel, finder.
Okay. That was just, it wanted me to unlock an encrypted disk again because this is a new user. It doesn't know, because it doesn't have access to my keychain, that I have the disk password set to unlock in my account. But obviously, since it's a new keychain, it doesn't have that password. But I'm going to go into System Settings.
Menu bar, Apple, menu, 10 items about the system settings, ellipsis. Closing, now in, ready for Apple ready for
Apple Intelligence. I do not need that.
Action, showed not now. Apple not scroll area. System settings.
C for Control Center.
Control Center.
Now, in the future, this setting may be located in menu bar. So this is being recorded in August of 2025. With macOS Tahoe later this year, the Control Center setting is being changed to, it's listed as menu bar in this table, but this is where you'd find the setting. So VO Globe Right.
Control Center.
And to get to fast user switching, I'm not going to go through each one. I'm just going to VOF
enter
and type fast.
F-A-S-T. Fast. Out of fast user switching.
Fast user switching. VO right.
Show in menu bar. Don't show.
From this pop-up menu, I'm going to choose show.
Full name. Account name. Icon.
Okay, so you can choose, and that's all the same for me. Icon, that's just visual, but I'm just going to choose account name. I don't know what the effect is, or if there is any effect when you choose icon versus a name. But I'm just
closing menu. Account name.
Okay, so now I'm going to close out.
Finder.
and press VOM twice to get to the status menus.
Status menus. Demo. Status menu. 100% demo. What Wi-Fi? What demo?
So demo, here we are, and that is the fast user switching menu. So I'm gonna VO space.
Application. Demo. Button. Tyler. Button. Login window. Button. Users and group settings. Button.
Okay, so here we are.
User.
I'm gonna choose my name now.
Tyler. Button. Finder. Login window. Enter password.
Okay, enter my password.
Finder is not responding. Welcome to macOS. VoiceOver is on. Finder, desktop, Dropbox alias. Actions of focus. Do not disturb.
Okay, so here I am back in my account with my settings and my VoiceOver voice being Alex. If I wanted to switch, I could just go into the menu bar and choose demo, but there's an even easier way. With Touch ID, I can take the finger that I used to register with the new account, the demo account, and press the Touch ID button with that finger.
Switching to user. Demo.
Here I am in demo. If a user approaches a Mac with the screen is locked, for example, if the Mac's been idle and another user's been logged in, assuming they've already logged in with a password, they can just rest their finger on the Touch ID sensor at the lock screen and they can switch. But because the computer is unlocked, I'd need to actually press the button to get it to work. But it's switching to user demo. So here I am back in the demo account.
Desktop, empty, group.
If I press the finger that I used to register my account with, Touch ID.
Switching to user, Tyler.
Just like that, I have switched over to Tyler. So that's how to log into, out of, and switch accounts. I'm going to go back into the demo account and log out because I no longer need it for the rest of this demonstration.
Switching to user. Demo.
Log out.
Authentication. Log out. System dial. Empty. No action avail. Login window. Enter password. Application. Login.
Switching to user, Tyler.
Okay, and because I'm already logged in, I just used Touch ID at that prompt. So here I am back in my account. And now I'm going to go back to users and groups settings.
Menu bar, Apple, menu, about this, system settings, ellipsis. Dropbox, alias, system set, window. Sidebar.
View for users and groups.
Users and groups. Users and
scroll area.
In users and groups, scroll area. 21 items, Tyler. Profile picture, button.
Okay, that's just my profile picture.
Tyler.
View array.
Show detail, admin. Demo, profile picture, button.
Demo, profile picture. If I wanted to put a picture on any of these accounts, I just hit that and go through that process. But that's purely visual, and I am totally blind, so I've never actually used that. If I view array.
Demo.
View array again.
Show detail, button.
Show detail. So here's where I could change the settings for the account. If I VO space.
7 items, demo, profile picture, button. Demo, username. Demo, content selected, username.
Okay, demo.
Password. Password, reset, button.
So if I needed to reset the password for that account, that's what I'd do. I'd go in here and hit password reset.
Allow this user to administer this computer. Allow this user to administer this computer. Off switch.
Because it's a standard account, allow this user to administer this computer is off. If I wanted to make them an administrator, I just turn it on. VO right.
Help button.
Help.
Delete user button.
Delete user.
Cancel button.
Cancel.
Okay button.
Okay. So if I hit OK.
Show detail button.
Here I am back in users and groups. Now, if I VO left
demo
and press VO Shift M, there are more settings I can access. So menu, VO down,
advanced options, ellipsis,
advanced options. And these aren't something you'll need to, know about or deal with every day, but I think it's a good thing to know where these settings are in case you do need them.
Demo in password dialog, password to users and groups. Users and groups is trying to unlock system settings. Enter.
Okay. And this is an example of administrator access. If I was logged in with the standard account, I would need to enter the name Tyler and my password in order to grant system settings administrator privileges.
Show detail button in dialog.
Okay, so here I am in the advanced options dialog.
Warning, changing these settings might damage this account and prevent the user from logging in. You must restart the computer for the changes to these settings to take effect.
Okay, feel right.
Demo. User. Demo. User ID. 502. Content selected. Group. Staff. Content selected. Group. Edit.
So by default, new accounts are created in the staff group. If you've created your own groups, this is where you could change it.
Username, demo, full name, demo, contents, login shell, /in/zsh, login, choose button, home directory, /user/demo, contents.
So if you wanted to change the account name, the name of the home folder, in a nutshell, that involves going from a different account, going into the users folder, renaming the folder in Finder, and then going into this dialog to point it to the new folder, or the newly renamed folder, so it knows not to create a new folder when the next time you log in. But if I VO-write,
choose button, UOID 27598702001B463EBs.
Okay, I'll just VO-write again.
Apple account, empty table, add button, remove, dimmed button, create Apple account button, aliases, add button, remove, empty table, out of scroll area.
Okay, so I just stopped interacting with that scroll area. So those are the advanced options. If you need to change some of those, that's where you'd go. VO-write.
Cancel button, OK button,
and OK.
Show detail button.
And here we are back in the main users and groups settings window. So now it's time to delete the account. So to confirm that I'm on the show detail button for the right account, I'm going to VO left, see the name.
Demo.
Yep, that's it. So show detail.
7 items, demo, profile picture.
And since the button is toward the bottom of the dialog, VO globe right.
Allow this user to administer this help, but delete user button.
Okay. VO right past to delete user. I'm going to hit that.
In dialog group. Heading, are you sure you want to delete the user account demo?
Okay, so if I VO right.
Heading, the user account demo will be deleted permanently. Heading, to delete this user account, select what you want to do with the home folder for this account, and then click delete user.
So this may be useful if you want to delete the account and prevent a user from logging in while preserving their data. So if you VO right.
Save the home folder in a disk image. The disk image is saved in the deleted users folder in the users folder. Selected radio button, 1 of 3.
So that's the default. If you do that, like it said, you'll have a deleted users disk image in the users folder. That way it takes up a little less space on your startup disk. If you want to restore that account, you would take the home folder, move it out of the deleted users image, put it back to the users folder, and then create a new account with that name as the account name. And it would recognize that a folder by that name already exists in that location and will merge the new account with the existing folder. VO right.
Don't change the home folder. The home folder remains in the users folder. Radio button, 2 of 3.
Okay, so if you opt to not change the home folder, it will just be there in the users folder. If you want to create a new account while preserving the data, just hit add user, use the same account name, and macOS will recognize that a folder by that name exists and will just create the new account and merge with the folder. Back when I mentioned this as a troubleshooting tool, this is what I mean. If you want to see if a particular issue you're having is limited to a particular account, you can create a new account temporarily to see if it happens. And if you determine that there's an issue with your settings or your account, you can delete your account while preserving your home folder and then just create a new account with your name, merge it to your home folder, which may resolve the problem. If I VO right again.
Delete the home folder. Radio button, 3 of 3.
Delete the home folder. Pretty self-explanatory. You do that, you delete the account, you delete the data associated with it.
Selected.
That's what I'm going to select because I don't need this account. VO right.
Cancel button. Delete user button.
Delete user.
No action available button.
So here I am back in users and groups settings.
Tyler, profile Tyler, show detail, admin, account, guest user.
Okay, so here we are and the demo account is gone. So that's a demonstration and walkthrough of multi-user support on macOS. For people who share their Mac, or if you just want to explore or know how this works if you're doing some troubleshooting, it can be useful. In any case, I hope you found it helpful. Peace.
This podcast was brought to you by the community at applevis.com. Applevis, empowering people who are blind, deafblind, or who have low vision to get the most from Apple products and related technologies. A proud member of the Be My Eyes family. For more information, visit our website at www.applevis.com.